Hello everybody, hope we're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports news here on Esports Talk, breaking down the story of the CoDBurner. Probably my last video about this, but it's actually Hector now breaking his experiences, his interactions behind the scenes, although most of his interactions were actually through his players in direct correlation with that being Ronald, aka Dexter, aka Sussball, Shadeball, whatever you want to call him, guys. A very suspicious character been revealed by Censor. Now Hector and Censor actually had a podcast, the Eavesdrop podcast episode. I will link down below for all of you guys. A great podcast, great insight on one of the details, though. I want to make a video, and that being the CoDBurner being further exposed as a very suspicious character. Now, I will first as well, not only besides the podcast, I will link down below Censor's full exposed video and my summary video of this, because we've talked about several times on this channel how suspicious this guy has been, how many sketchy acts he has had in the past inside the Call of Duty scene. I did not think it'd get any worse or any more suspicious. Well, I was very wrong. So Hector, first of all, talks about his first interactions, which happened many years ago with this so-called Ronald.
This podcast, okay? We're going to talk about the CoDBurner, and I'm going to tell you my experience with the CoDBurner. Is it okay, first, let me ask you this. Are you confirming, are you for sure that it's this dude Edgar? Or, you know, the person that is Edgar? Or are you not talking about that?
Yes, that's him.
Okay. I always thought it was either him or the Swede. Oh, is that his name? The Swede?
It's not Swede.
No, I know.
Swede.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Now I know that it's not him, but I knew that that I knew it was one of them that was the CoDBurner leaking stuff, because the Swede was always hanging out with Karma, the Swede was always hanging out with the boys.
And then boom, just like that, it gets super, super crazy, because apparently he was approaching, we already know thanks to Censor in his video, yes, this guy had been approaching OpTic guys and other rosters trying to buy them out, because apparently he came from money. I don't know if he wanted a franchise spot or to run an eventual CWL team. Rumors said he wanted to buy the OpTic roster for just that being and just that cause. Apparently he was actually approaching people like Scump and Crim6 though, and saying he was affiliated in some way with Cloud9. Here's the clip.
At some point or another, when things started to become a little bit more turbulent with an OpTic, somebody came, and I think it was either Seth or Ian that came to me and said, "Hey, Cloud9 wants to pick us up. They're trying to buy us out and trying to do that." And I'm like, that can't be. That's not true. I'm like, Jack would have hit me up. This isn't true. He's like, no, this guy works for Cloud9, and he wants to put a Ferrari in Seth's hands, and he wants to sign him to this thing, whatever. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true. He's like, yeah, look, he's offering us fucking 90 grand a month, and this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, one, I've been around long enough. I know how money works. I know how money in esports works. This isn't sustainable. There's no way that this is a thing.
This guy, Ronald, what do you can't lie about this kind of stuff. I honestly, after Censor's video, I had no idea it could get any worse, right? And then he pretends to be affiliated or maybe close to, and maybe he was talking to organizational management and saying, hey, I have the funding, let's start a COD team. But it was very, very weird. And of course, those talks between him and Crim6 and Scump, they do continue thanks to Censor's video. And along with that, though, apparently Karma also got involved. It was also around the same time where, yes, Karma and Formal actually left that team, and apparently Karma was also then approached, but this time it was supposedly the CoDBurner, or our good friend Ronald, alongside management with Luminosity Gaming, which Hector eventually had to shut down because it was another sketchy and not so looking real offer.
Anyway, the boys drop, or they part ways with Formal and Karma, right? And then we go through this sort of like long process of, Damon, being sought after by everybody. Everybody wants to get Damon on the team.
Yeah.
And I'm in the mentality. It was like, okay, no, now, everybody has understood what happened. Everybody understands the mistakes. Everybody knows that we fucked up. Let's get the family back together. Let's get, Damon.
It's a great move.
Yeah. And then during this process, as I'm trying to get Damon, to come back, in the back, I hear this voice, not in the back in reality, but like as this is going on, there's a background noise. This Edgar dude trying to say, no, we're gonna start a team with Damon, I think John at the time from LG, and somebody else. And I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna allow that to happen, right? This isn't something that I can't, in my right mind, as somebody who is supposed to look after these dudes, I'm not going to allow him to make the mistake of going to somewhere where there's literally no proof of anything.
So this guy, I just really don't understand the fact of who this guy really is. The connections he has made are so odd, if they even are true, or if he just likes to lie a bunch, which we do know is also true. Affiliated with Cloud9 trying to sign a roster, then with LG trying to sign a roster, offering Crimsix and Scump Ferraris and $90,000 a month salaries. Absolutely insane, especially for that time, any time in esports. That's an absolutely illiterate amount of money to offer these guys. So just a really confusing situation overall. And also that last thing Hector did reveal, though, that was kind of touching as well. He did actually say at one point in time, if the offer he felt was legit, right? He shut down these offers. He would continuously told these guys, Scump, Crim, Karma, these offers are sketchy. They're not true. Don't believe them because they seemed a bit too good to be true. Even though these guys kept on talking to him, because, you know, if a guy with that much money talks to you, you're probably going to be interested in what he has to say, right? So he shuts down multiple offers, but he did say at one point in time as well during the podcast, if the offer was legit and could make his guys money, yeah, he would have let the roster go.
Was that there was this one person offering Seth and the guys a whole bunch of money to become, you know, whatever. They're like, yeah, we have blah, 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 blah. And at the time, it was really messed up because they were trying to get rid of the Call of Duty team, and I was trying to fight against it. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? If they're going to go somewhere and they're getting paid, you know, who am I to stop them from that? I'm never going to stop anybody from making money, right? That's not the way that I roll. And I'm like, okay, well, let's look at it. So I sit down with the guy's agents. The guy's agent was Dan. I sit down with Dan, and I'm like, Dan, there's this guy that's offering this thing. Can, you know, I can't be a part of it. So they want to get rid of him, so it's a mutual thing. So, you know, have the conversation.
I don't know, guys. You know I like the inside of Hector and, of course, of Censor as well in the Call of Duty scene. It's just always very interesting, the clips we do find, the stories that do come out, especially around a guy like CoDBurner. The stuff just keeps on piling and piling on piling, suspicion on top of sketchy acts, and I'm really glad now. I'm really reassured, especially when Hector talks about this kind of stuff, that Censor did make a video on this guy to kind of wane players away from actually, you know, interacting with this guy in the future, and even if they do, to be a bit skeptical about the business they do take part in with the CoDBurner. So, as always, hope you guys all enjoy. My name is Jake, breaking down esports news here on The Daily. Until next time, take care, stay hydrated, and I'll see you all soon.